but interlocking altogether. Tama ho ba, General Wilkins?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, thank you very much. Earlier you said, and the portion of that you have already answered the question of Congressman Kit, but there seems to be, for me, sa akin lang po, in my own understanding, I'd just like to tighten some loose ends, no? Tighten up some loose ends. So yes, you have already confirmed that there was the Dumloy raid in 2024, that this is a product of a 3-month surveillance. And apart from that, there was also a separate raid, no, in other location within Davao City. Ano po ba yung location na to, Mr. Chairman, General Wilkins?
There was a warehouse, chemical warehouse in Agdao.
Agdao,
Davao City.
tama, Agdao. Agdao. So there's the Dumloy, and there's the Agdao, and there's the Bunawan.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Akala ko ba, so tatlong raid po ito nangyari?
Tatlo, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So iba pa ho yung Arlene Apartments.
Yung
no?
Arlene apartment, Mr. Chair, is not a raid. It's a
Yes.
visit.
Okay. Okay. So gusto ko lang pong this was also the raid was conducted by the same joint operation. Tama po ba?
No, Mr. Chair, on different days, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, but the same
operation.
team, same operation, same
Yes,
teams
Mr.
involved. Okay. So when you say joint operation, same team, you be talking about your unit, which you represent in this case sa PIDEA po, no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And then with the assistance, of course, of the PNP, local PNP.
Yes,
Tama po
Mr.
ba?
Chair.
And what other agencies?
EDSOT, Mr. Chair.
EDSOT.
EDSOT.
I'm not-
And yung
Yes.
PACER, Mr. Chair, yung police, police, PACER, police emergency response, Your Honor. Ito yung na pumalit sa PAOK TF, Your Honor.
Can you be so kind enough, General Wilkins, as to spell out to us the acronym of EDSOT? Kasi I'm not
PACER,
good at-
Papa Alpha, Charlie Echo,
No, I mean,
Romeo.
what does it stand for?
Police Anti-Crime and Emergency Response, Mr. Chair.
But this is still under a unit ba ito, under PNP or PDEA?
Unit yan, sir, that was created to replace the PAOK TF,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you. So who heads among these three agencies? What are the coordination in terms of the one on top of everything, no? Monitoring, handling, the surveillance, doing all the directives. Which among these agencies would you say that you'll be your?
It was
top-
me. It was me, Mr. Chair.
Sino po?
I had the overall.
Yes. So meaning to say, in terms of the principle of command and responsibility, as well as concept of command and responsibility that applies to you po in this particular surveillance, in this particular raid. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, kanina po ang sagot niyo po kay Congressman Keith Flores, General, was that you already submitted a surveillance report. Tama po ba?
No, Mr. Chair. We submitted the after operation report of the Dumoy laboratory, the conduct of the clandestine laboratory operation at Dumoy. We also submitted a spot report on the raid, on the implementation of search warrant on the warehouse, chemical warehouse at Agdao, Davao City, and also submitted after operation report on the implementation of warrant dun sa Bunawan, Davao City, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so
Everything was submitted to the National Office of the Philippine Drug Enforcement
So,
Agency.
okay. So, kanina po, and in early previous hearings, you mentioned that you have already invested so much on the surveillance, no? Doon po sa Dumoy, no? Before you have conducted the raid. In fact, those personalities that you've mentioned, Joe Chua, Alan C., you have actually followed these individuals as part of your monitoring surveillance, no? Would you say that the same degree of surveillance was also been made on the three separate locations that you had conducted the raid? Halimbawa, ang Agdao ba yun, sir?
In Agdao, Mr. Chair, kita namin kasi doon lang sila kumukuha ng mga crates, wooden boxes, papunta doon sa Dumoy Laboratory, Mr. Chair. So walang tao doon sa Agdao. Doon sa Bunawan, Mr. Chair, is doon naglalagay yung si Alex Kim and si Jong Pilapil naman, Mr. Chair, is one of those in charge dun sa nakikita parate, dun sa Bunawan Polytech's foam factory, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, yung sa surveillance po, how do you prepare the surveillance report? Is it you who signed the surveillance report or including those other agencies that were involved in the operation?
Every end of the day, Mr. Chair, I collect all the reports. And then, delegate again kung ano yung next na duty nung incoming teams. Ina-analyze kasi namin yan, Mr. Chair, every day. Kung pwedeng tigilan na yung ibang personalities dahil every day, Mr. Chair, dumadami na dumadami yung person of interest. So, every day or twice a week, i-eliminate kami ng persons of interest so that makatutok talaga kami dun sa talagang nagmamanage or operators ng clandestine laboratory, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, to whom did you submit the surveillance report again?
Sa akin sila nagsasubmit. However, it was covered by the case operation plan. I submit progress report sa National Office, Mr. Chair, as far as the case operation plan is concerned.
So, if for example, Mr. Chair, we request that surveillance report that you have prepared, would you think that it will be available for this committee to?
Everything was submitted sa National Office, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Which actually prompted the surveillance? What is it, your decision, Mr. Chair, or was it part of the overall decision of all of the STRI agencies involved in the operation?
Come again,
Was it?
Mr. Chair. I didn't.
Yes, thank you. What prompted the surveillance? Is it because you have already a lead that prompted your office to conduct a monitoring and surveillance, including all of these other two agencies?
Mr. Chair, it started October 26, October 26 of 2004, when an information coming from the Intelligence and Investigations Division Service from the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency informed me that there is an impending arrival of a Chinese chemist to Davao City on that particular flight. The information came from our counterpart from the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. So on that day, we immediately prepared surveillance team to follow yung sinasabi nilang Chinese chemist na padating sa Davao. And it started from there. Hanggang sa dumating sila doon sa Arlene apartment. Doon tumuloy yung dalawang Chinese chemist, according sa information, doon tumuloy, habang sinusundan namin, tumuloy sila sa Arlene apartment, Mr. Chair. So we started the surveillance operation there.
Okay. So just in order for this committee to be more appreciative of the timeline, this happened months before the Dumoy raid or
Months before. 3 months before the Rumoy raid, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Because
so-
it started October 26, 2004.
So the chemist that you were referring to, was it Alansi?
No, Mr. Chair.
Sino po yun? Would
Hindi
you know?
namin kilala, Mr. Chair. Walang pangalan, Mr. Chair. Basta, nasunda namin, papunta sa Arlene apartment, and from there, we started the whole coverage of surveillance. Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, wala siya during that time na nang-raid kami, Mr. Chair. Wala yung dalawa doon, Mr. Chair.
But you mentioned in the previous hearings, Mr. Chair, General, that you already had a lead doon po sa case ni itong certain Alan C. That you have monitored and survey, yung may karoon po kayo ng surveillance. In fact, dinikitan nyo po for past 3 months, no?
Yes, Mr.
Tama.
Chair.
Okay. So this was before the arrival of these two Chinese nationals who allegedly are chemists and may involved in drug manufacturing.